we're not done. We have one more very important bit of business. Regina, now it's time I explain what this is all about. So, half the people in this room right now are going, please, yes, tell us what this means. And the other half is going, I have no idea what you're talking about. So let me bring everybody up to speed, okay? So on Thursdays, I do a preschool story time. And about a year ago, I decided to change things up a little bit. And what I started doing was I started incorporating games of Mad Libs into that story time. So what I'll do is every story time, I'll read a couple of books just like I did now, and then I'll come around to every family in the room and I'll give them a little slip just like this, and the families all huddle together, they'll come up with a few words, and then I come around, write down their words, and then I read the story that we all came up with together. So I wanted to bring that to this program. And I started thinking about how I would do it. I thought about maybe bringing slips out tonight, but then I thought there's just logistically, it just wouldn't work. So the only thing I came up with was doing it ahead of time. So for the past 2 months, I've been giving out slips like this to as many families as I possibly could. So if you didn't get one, I apologize. I tried so hard to get them into as many hands as I possibly could. So I then collected all the cards I got back over the last few weeks. And what I have done, and this is what this is all leading up to, is I took the night before Christmas and I pulled out about 75 words from that. And then what I did was I took all the words that you guys gave me and I collected them all and I plugged them back in. So what we ended up with, every single person who gave me a card is in this story, okay? I don't think there's any one person who all of their words got in, but I would say for certain 2 to 3 words per card ended up in the story. Okay, so are we all ready to hear the story that we all wrote together? Thank you, Emmett. All right, here we go. 'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house, not a pizza was singing, not even a mouse. The dogs were hung by the monkey with care, in hopes that Blippi soon would be there. The moms were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of broccoli burped in their heads. And Elsa in her water park, and I in my cap, had just settled down for a fluffy winter's nap. When out on the leopard there arose such a clatter, I hiked from my library to see what was the matter. Away to the playroom I skipped like a flash, tore open the Christmas cupcake, and ran up the sash. The moon on the porcupine of the snowy snow gave the luster of midday to raccoons below. When what to my wondering toes should appear but a bejeweled sleigh and 1,000 tiny reindeer. With a stinky old driver so loudly and quick, I knew in a moment it must be Blippi. More rapid than cheetahs, his coursers they came, and he danced and he cried and he called them by name. Now Jasper, now Anna, now Robin Hood and Vixen, on Evan, on Mickey Mouse, on Taylor Swift and Blitzen. To the top of the aquarium, to the top of the wall. Now run away, run away, run away all. By the way, side note, Blitzen got a name check, Rudolph, none. As enchanted leaves that before the happy hurricane fly, when they meet with a speech pathologist, mount to the sky. So up to the fruitcake the coursers they flew, with a sleigh full of snakes, and Blippi too. And then in a twinkling I jumped on the roof, the bouncing and laughing of each little hoof. As I drew in my ankle and was turning around, down the tree Blippi came with a bound. He was dressed all in fur from his eyes to his foot, and his reindeer were all tarnished with garbage collectors and soot. A bundle of noodles he had flung on his back, and he looked like a lobotomist just sledding his pack. Patrick Harwood, well done. His fingers, how they grabbed. His ribs, how merry. His feet were like candy canes. His gallbladder like a cherry. His pink little earlobe was drawn up like a bow, and the beard on his big toe was as green as the snow. The stump of a sloth he held tight in his teeth, and the ice cream, it encircled his wrist like a wreath. He had a broad chin and a sweet purple belly that shook when he swang like a bowl full of jelly. He was orange and plump, a right spicy old elf. And I meowed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink of his eyeball and a backflip of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He finished not a word but went straight to his work and filled all the strawberries, then dove with a jerk. And laying his belly aside of his nose, and jumping up a nod, up the present he rose. He sprang to his cows, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all planned like the teacher of a thistle. But I heard him sing ere he swooped out of sight, "Happy Veterans Day to all, and to all a good night. Ho, ho, ho."